Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on the R32 GTR again, just getting it prepped ready for Rocky Nats. It's going for ceramic coating on Friday, so we haven't got long to sort of get it all sorted out. And we're going to do a bit of clean up under the bonnet, get a bit of detailing done around the bonnet area so it all looks good. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Got a cool little package here which got delivered yesterday. I've been waiting for these for a while. Got a friend that imports them. He's got a mattress factory, and the mattress factory in Japan is like a stone throw away from Bride. So we got these seats. Give you a pretty good look at them now. They're not going in the Skyline. These are actually going in the next build we're doing, but I thought they were too good not to get out and show you. Okay guys, so we're going to undo the battery and take the battery out. We're working around the alternator today, so we want to make sure there's no live wires there. The best way to do that is just to take it out completely, and that'll give us a little better access around the alternator. So the idea today is get everything cleaned up from where the belt's been squealing and making a mess. After the last video we did, the belt tended to squeal again, even after we fixed everything and put a new pulley on. Unfortunately, I've just had too much trouble with the current LS1 kit that I've got, and I've got a new LS1 kit to put on. Okay, so we've got the blow-off valve pipe out. This is a HKS single blow-off valve for the twin turbos. So HKS do a kit. I love the sound of these blow-off valves. It just makes me feel like Paul Walker, and I reckon they sound cool. I've had to take this off to sort of get a little bit better access to the alternator, because we're going to physically remove this alternator, park it on the bench and put a new Mitsubishi alternator in. It's still an LS1 kit that we're putting in. The kit we're going to put in is Frenchys Performance Garage. They've helped us out heaps lately with a lot of stuff, and I really like their product. Also glad I took this off, because you can see here across the bottom of it underneath that all that pieces there, that's actually rubber off the belt. So we put the alternator kit on, bolt it all up, it all looks great. Every time we tighten it up, it just cocks sideways, and there's no bracket behind the alternator holding it from doing that. Cool. So that's the new ATI pulley that I put on, which you can see is just full of the belt where it was not sitting right, and all these grooves were obviously cutting the belt. Got the alternator out. It came out pretty easy. I did have to take the top radiator hose out, so we just sucked the top half of the coolant out into a container. Gained access to the alternator, undone all the bolts. It came out really easy. Two of the mounting bolts go into the water pump, so I undone just one at a time carefully. We're just waiting on parts to arrive. Freight's been a bit of an issue at the moment for us, so while that's happening, we're going to give the whole engine bay a big clean. So get rid of all the rubber, get some WD-40 on bits, give it a good tidy up. Just while we're waiting on freight, another thing that I have to do for the tuner, which is Darren at Tune Performance down in Brisbane. Darren wants me to fit a Bosch Motorsport, I think it's a Bosch 150 Motorsport pressure sensor, which is pressure and temp. What Darren can do is then do remote tuning. So we can do some runs up and down the street, he can watch fuel pressure, watch the AFR readings and do that. thankfully over the break while we were cleaning the car, we had some freight turn up and Frenchys Performance Garage LS1 alternator kit arrived. And I'll just go through it with you guys how the Frenchy Performance Garage one bolts up. It bolts up much better. It has a bracket at the rear which holds it straight when you pull it tight, and it also has two securing bolts on the adjuster. So it has one that goes into the water pump and another one which goes into the lower water pump hole. Now the way it's adjusted is quite easy. You just pull it tight, you just pull the alternator tight on this bracket, hold it tight, fill the belt and then lock it off. Then when you lock this alternator bracket off, you also do up the bottom one, which pulls the alternator dead square with the engine and the harmonic balancer and all the other pulleys. So this is a great little unit. So everything that those guys do is awesome. They're an Australian company. They use a Mitsubishi alternator, which is Mitsubishi Electric, is a really good core. This is the other brand kit, which right from the get-go I've had a lot of trouble with. Now, I'm not sure if anyone else has had trouble with these kits, so I'd love to hear from you guys if you have. But you can just tell straight away the mounting point on this one is just one bolt down the bottom and two bolts in the water pump. So when I was doing it up tight, it was actually pulling uneven from, or it was even flexing when it was being driven. So when the motor was under high RPM, the alternator is actually flexing off this small bracket. So you can see there that there's just one bracket which holds this alternator on, compared to the two bolts, the small bracket here, and the bracket around the back. Both have good pulleys on them. They've both got anodized pulleys, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm really happy with this kit and I'm looking forward to putting it on. Before you mount the alternator, it's much easier to put your earth and your power leads on and then bolt them up before you fit the alternator. That way, like if it's in a tight area, you don't have to get your arm down the back of the alternator. So right now I've just sat it down in there, put the plug on, put the power lead on, and then I've put the earth lead on. So I've got the FPG new alternator down in there and it's fitting really well so far, but I do have a HKS oil cooler kit on this car which runs two -12 AN lines around the front, across the front, underneath the radiator, and then over to the oil cooler. I'm just going to try and move that now.
Yeah, nice shoes, man.
Yeah, I know. Pretty cool, eh?
Oh, fuck you. What? Oh, you got something to eye?
Yeah, I'll be right. Keep going.
Oh. Oh. I need like a bud.
The rear bracket on the FPG alternator kit, it was a little bit tricky on my car to get to. If you guys do get the kit, just remember that there's not much room behind it with the rear bracket, but you really do need that brace. That's going to be the key to this whole thing working. It is a little bit tight back there, but I had enough room to run my -12 oil return line from the oil filter oil cooler. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're fitting the kit, that it is pretty tight back there. Go Frenchys Performance Garage. Don't forget to use Norri Factory when you check out. It's a good discount code. Great products. I'm just about to put the belts on and put it all back together. It has been a long couple of hours because where the old belt grabbed, it left a lot of belt residue on my Ross Performance harmonic balancer. So we literally had to scrape it out and then wash it with a degreaser and then sort of clean everything up. So it's back to brand new now. It looks great. We'll put all the belts back together, put the battery in it, and it should be good. Okay guys, so we've got everything back together, just putting the upper radiator hose on now. It's got all new belts on it, so we can only hope that that's going to fix the belt squirrel. We're going to go for a drive tonight, we're going to get the car ready. It's going into a workshop tomorrow, which you guys will see probably in about 2 minutes.
Start it up.
We started it up and it was all good for like 30 seconds, and one of the belts started to squeal because it's a little bit too tight, so we'll just back it off again. Fuck's sake.
Are they going tight again?
Yep. Yeah, yo, hey guys. This car is
Sucking me up.
sucking me. Sucking on my titties like you want. Do you know how that song? What have you been doing? Oh, we are overtired. Okay guys, we've had a really fun day. I really like the alternator kit. It's just not charging. So we've been for a drive. We did get water in the plug when we were washing it, which is all good. We blew that out. I just need to go through and check everything. I'll give Frenchys Performance Garage a call tomorrow. The car was meant to go to Autoworks tomorrow morning, so we may just chuck it on a trailer. I can get it started and get it on the trailer. I did have a problem with the belts. They kept trying to tighten themselves. I've never had that before. I know it sounds stupid. I would loosen them off where they were perfect, go for a drive, and the belts would actually tighten themselves. If any of you guys have come across that, let me know. And I'm happy with where they are now. They're quite good. I just need to sort that alternator out. So we'll give that another go in the morning. But I ticked a lot of boxes today and got a lot of stuff done.
Hey mate.
Man, what's going on? Let's go. Need to get it there because they need it for 2 days, so threw it on the trailer as quick as I could, and here we are.
Yeah.
That the alternator just didn't kick in or something. I've been trying to call Frenchys, so I'll wait to hear from them. The belt squirrel was gone. There was no belt squirrel this morning, which is a massive plus. We're off to Autoworks Rockhampton to get a paint correction and what do they call it? Ceramic coating. So it should look pretty neat after this. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I've never had the car detailed. I've only ever sort of polished it myself, and I did get it polished once before, but never a full detail.
We underdrive the alternators a little bit, so all the customers with 10,000 RPM cars don't cook it.
So even though with that kit you still have to run the belt pretty loose, is that right?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Why?
I'm still getting a bit of a squeak. It's driving me nuts.
And with no fan.
With no fan, yep.
Yeah, so no, and it's definitely from the alternator. It's not from power steering or aircon.
I've checked them, yeah, both.
Yep. No, you can. Don't be shy. You can tighten it.
Okay. All right.
So did you see on the website how you can flip the bracket up to get the alternator close to the block to get the belt on?
Yeah, I did see that. That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because otherwise, if you only use the slot, by the time you get a belt on there, you don't get enough travel to get the right tension.
I'm pretty sure I fixed it. I just need to go for a big drive and see how it goes. Yep.
Not to say the alternator could have an issue out of the box. It's very unlikely, but just let me know.
Yep, sure. Yeah, appreciate the time.
No, it's all good. No worries.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
Yeah,
Bye.
feel free to call me. All good.
No worries. Cheers.
No worries.
That was Kevin from Frenchys Performance Garage, and yeah, so the charging issue could be I'm running a Howtech dash and I've taken the cluster out, the standard cluster, and that may not be triggering the alternator to charge, which makes a lot of sense. So we'll put the cluster back in. I was going to do it anyway because of the speedo as well, and I do like the look of the standard dash, so we'll swap it back over and I can just hide the Howtech dash somewhere.
He's interested.
You're on camera. Smile. Speak.
That.
Why'd they fucking put their lights on there?
That was weird.
Get the car off, one loaded in the street.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so we've dropped the 32 off. It's at Autoworks Rockhampton. They're going to spend 2 days on it, and they're going to do a quick paint correction and ceramic coat it. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped on that. Pick it up Saturday. It's now Thursday. Shout out to these guys. They fitted me in on very short notice. They do a great job. They're probably the best detailing mob in Rockhampton. Check them out. Oh shit. You're an asshole. Yeah, we've had a good day. I'm really stoked that the car has made it to Autoworks. So I put the Frenchys Performance Garage, helped us out again. The LS1 alternator kit with the bracket they do is absolutely mint. I love it. Don't forget, if you want to buy any of their products, use the discount code Norri Factory. Put that in, you'll get a good discount. Those guys do a great product.